Now, some of you might remember this project from a little while ago. This is the Black Lion from a client's homebrew lore. He has asked me to make him into a Deathwatch veteran, and so this is what we came up with. Just as a recap, this was Captain Artemis's body. It has been modified with some other legs, and then gap-filled. The lion head needed to be, the muzzle needed to be sculpted. The weapons custom made. But the real difference now is that we've actually swapped out the head. This is the new head, which is much more appropriate for this body size. The head that was used before was a little bit large. Once we added the details, it just turned out to be quite large. This one looks much better. We simply scaled off the hair on either side, left it on top, but then created some hair going back. Now I think this looks much more appropriate for this size of miniature. And even though you don't really see a whole lot of the actual face because of the gorget hair, it does look much better. And to complete the look, we will put his backpack on. He has a jump pack. You can see the details on the back, the pouches and such that we made. For a full review of this miniature, go check out that video. The reason that I wanted to show this again is because I think it looks better now than it did. That scale looks much better. But the more exciting piece is that this customer also wanted to sculpt himself or build himself out into a master of a Stormcast Eternal clan or faction. Not exactly sure what they call themselves. I don't play the game myself. But this piece was made off of a base of this character with several changes. First, we scaled off a lot of the dragons and other things, and we added plates from other Sigmarite characters to continue the Black Lion theme. So we have a knee plate. It's a lion. We had some 3D printed components provided by the client. Very cool. These lions are from an old Warhammer Fantasy kit, I believe. We also have some 3D printed components like the sword and the pauldron here. He wanted to follow the theme of one of his favorite World of Warcraft characters, and so he provided this. And this, I have to say, was a really good print. The only issue was, like most resin prints, it broke and needed to be repaired, which is, yeah, still not a huge fan of using 3D printed components, but when they're this good, it's not that big of an issue. Anyways, we did attach the pauldrons, the head of this lion and the pauldrons, before we did the hair. We kind of boosted them outwards so that there would be room to sculpt fur and hair underneath, which we have done here. And then we glued this in place and followed it with some fur. If you would like to learn how to sculpt fur, I do have a tutorial on that, and I'm going to have a new one on advanced fur pretty soon. This cloth work here was to join the cloak so that it looks nice and natural. The blending here has been done with Tamiya Quickset epoxy, which I am enjoying quite a bit. Works very, very well. The head from the previous piece has been repurposed and used here on this body. The size of this piece is much more appropriate to using this size of head for comparison. Oops, for comparison. You see he's much smaller, so the smaller head goes with the smaller character. This is much more appropriate. I think this looks great. This head was sculpted off of a Zealot head from a Warhammer Flagellant kit. The features were all sculpted, the hair, everything. I'll put some pictures in here. And then, lastly, we did add some spiked knuckles to the gauntlets, as provided, as a picture provided by the client. And these turned out pretty well. So there we go. I hope that was cool to see for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I am excited about the changes that we made with this piece, and this piece turned out pretty well. I'm going to be shipping these components separately so that they don't stand out proud in the package, and they will arrive in one piece, or rather not broken, and the client can paint and assemble them afterward. Thanks guys, appreciate it. If you would like to learn to do stuff like this, check us out at patreon.com/lastlightcreative, and if you are a Patreon supporter, then hit me up on Instagram or the Discord. Since Patreon doesn't actually alert me when I get messages, it's better to get me there. Thanks so much.